Welcome, everybody.
Hey, hey.
Work smarter where you want.
This is learning at its most fun.
Hello, everybody. My name is Austin Johnson. Thank you all for joining us today. Today, we're going to be doing a best practice partner spotlight with our partners, Lead Pilot. I went ahead and invited our friend Samantha Russell to talk a little bit about Lead Pilot, its capabilities, and how it relates to the topic today. And that topic today is delivering hyper-personalized marketing to your clients and prospects. And so the best way to define what hyper-personalized marketing is, I would say, would be to define what it is not. Because I think we all can pull up an instance in our memory bank where we've delivered or been the recipient of an unpersonalized marketing campaign. And it usually starts with some kind of tricky subject line that draws your attention in. But as you start to click into the email or the letter, you start to see something like "Dear valued customer" or "Dear future retiree," followed by some generic, super broad content that you could even send to like my dog and it would relate to them in some fashion. And so we understand the importance of being personalized with our marketing. And so hyper-personalized marketing is something that's geared towards me. It's like the person or the marketer that's sending it knows me, knows my interests, knows what issues that I have, and is gearing that marketing content to specifically me. And so what Redtail did is we went ahead and we did a survey last year as part of our advisor comp surveys. And we took a look at how many advisory offices are actually doing this. And the results came back and we found that nearly half of all advisory firms of a survey of about 3,200 financial professionals from across the United States were not tailoring their communications to their prospects. And we wanted to explore, why is that? Why aren't we doing more tailoring of our marketing communications? Because as we know that they're much more effective than the generic "dear valued customer" marketing that we are being presented with or bombarded with by all sorts of different companies. And so we asked, what were some of the challenges that advisory firms were having as far as going to tailoring those communications? And so we found that some of the challenges was customizing communication for different clients, producing unique content, producing consistent content, and client unavailability. And so one commonality that I found between the 5 of these is that hyper-personalized marketing takes time and it takes a lot of creative energy to be able to be consistent and to be unique and to stand out and to gear each of our marketing communications to the specific person that we're addressing. And so today, I went ahead and invited Lead Pilot today, and they might present a solution to these challenges. And so Samantha, if you can go ahead and grab the screen share here and show us a little bit more about Lead Pilot and how it might solve some of these challenges.
Yes, perfect. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Looks great.
Great. So for those of you who may not be familiar with Lead Pilot, we are under the family of 20/10. So 20/10, the company that most of you know for websites and content marketing, we launched Lead Pilot just a few short months ago. And so it is truly a inbound marketing solution for financial advisors. And it really does address all of the pain points that were just brought up in that slide. So, customizing content, producing content regularly, having different hyper-personalized content for different audiences. So if you hover over the solution tabs here, you'll see we start with helping you increase traffic, and then we help you connect with your leads, your prospects, and your clients. And then as you're connecting with people and you want to nurture them through, we help with that as well. So it's a full life cycle solution, everything from helping you generate leads to, once you have a client, continuing to communicate with them. Today, and what we are all facing right now with this coronavirus and with being, told to work from home and keeping social distancing, digital communication tools are more important than ever. And being able to have something that helps you accomplish all of the same goals, but doing it in a digital way is incredibly, incredibly important. So I'm going to actually go ahead and dive in right now to the actual Lead Pilot tool. But I just wanted to point out Leadpilot.io is where you would go to get any information about it. And you can also schedule a one-on-one call with someone from our team. So if you need to hop off early, but you want to do that, that is where you would go to schedule something to talk with someone here at Leadpilot. So the way that this works is once you get set up with an account, you would be presented with this back-end dashboard. And where most people would start would be on this content tab. So one thing that's incredibly unique about Leadpilot is that all of the content that's in Leadpilot in the library is written in-house by our team of writers. And so you are able to take any of the pieces that are in here and you can edit them to be unique for your audience. So you don't have to just use it out of the box as is. You can come in, create a draft of any piece. So maybe you want to say, a special message from I could type today, CEO, right? And you can come in, you can edit any of the pieces. And then once you've made the edits that you want, you can preview how it's going to look. So all of the content is going to be put on a landing page that will be set up with your logo. It will have your picture or your team's picture, whatever you want to use, as well as links to any of the social media pages. Here we have like a free portfolio risk analysis button with Riskalyze. You could have a link to your website, really whatever it is that we decide we want to do when we're setting it up. And all of this is meant to drive interaction, capture impressions, and also leads, right? So as somebody is reading this information, they're being told, you can get this guide or book a time on our calendar. All of this can be customized for your audience. Then it's really simple. Once you've got it looking the way you want, you can share that, either posting it now to your different social channels or scheduling it for later. So you can say, I don't want to post this to Twitter, but I'll post it to LinkedIn and Facebook. We already actually give you the blurb and everything that will go along with the post, but you can also change all of this. So, whatever it is you want this to say. And you can also tag people. You can use, the hashtags that you want. So you can put all of this in and then schedule it out. This also includes email. So when we talk about hyper-personalized marketing, imagine you have a bunch of different lists, which I'll show you how you can create these. But let's say this article is specifically, were you 5 years away from retirement or less? Here's a special message from our team about how we're monitoring the situation. And you can send it to people that you have on a list that are 55 and older or that are 5 years away from retirement. You can segment and slice and dice the data however you want. All of this, again, can be edited. So if you want this to be, say, something else, whatever you want the email to say, what you want the subject line to say, can all be hyper specific to your audience. Then once you go ahead and schedule it, you'll come down over here and you can see everything that you have scheduled to go out over the next period of time. So you can look by date range. You can also look at what was already shared and how it was performing. So how many impressions did it get? How many emails, opens, and clicks? How many leads came in off of that one particular piece of content? Even better, we provide you with a dashboard that gives you all of this data at a very high level glance. So if you want to know, where am I getting the biggest bang for my buck? Is it on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter? What type of email engagement am I getting overall? What time of the day or day of the week am I getting the most opens and sends? You can slice and dice this data all different way, even down to the particular piece of content. So you can see here, you can choose just one piece. All of this information is meant to help you then retool the different communications that you send out to continue to be even more specific to your audience. Additionally, we offer 90-day campaigns on a wide range of topics, and you can also create your own campaign. So if your team has somebody in-house writing your own content, you can upload your content here. It can be a market summary, it could be a blog post, anything that you really have or want, a video, a podcast. You can put any of those individual pieces of content in here, or you can use the ones that we already have. So in this case, the campaign name, Maximizing Social Security Benefits. Over the course of 90 days, different pieces of content will go out at different times and to different mediums. So you can see here, this one's an email that's going out day 1. Day 3, it's going to be posted to social media, and you're able to edit any different pieces of this campaign and add new pieces to it as well. So once you've got all of this going out and it's scheduled in advance for you, which is helping you take care of being consistent with your social posting in your email, what happens when someone starts interacting with those landing pages? Well, what happens is they come in as a contact in this database. And so a few things I'd like to point out. You'll see at a glance all of the different individuals' names, which you can click on any one person for more information, the email that they signed up with or that was imported, and then whether they subscribed or you imported them yourself, as well as their lead score. So the lead score is a proprietary algorithm that we've created to help you determine who's a high quality lead or not. I know one of the biggest complaints I see from advisors often is that it's hard to know if someone's a good quality lead or not. And so we have an algorithm we've developed that will determine whether or not someone is a good lead, but you can also give the information, give the platform more feedback to make the score even more robust. If you're using Riskalyze and they are someone who's filled out the risk assessment, you can also import their risk scores. So if you want to send hyper-personalized pieces of information or communications based upon someone's risk score, you can do that as well. And then for any one individual person, what you can do is do a deep dive into their particular history. What day, time, were they getting certain emails, clicking on certain pieces of content? What are they reading, right? So you can see, okay, Samantha really is interested in the Social Security articles I have versus Bob's interested in 401k pieces of content. But additionally, for any person in the platform, even if they just give you their email, we will scrape the internet, the algorithm does, to pull up any relevant information we can find. Their picture, their title, where they work, where they live, down to the city, if they're male or female, how old they are if we can find it, their website, their social profiles, even their job history. So now you know, okay, Samantha's clicking on these articles. This is how often she's reading them. Her lead score has jumped above an 80. 80 or higher is considered really great. And I know she works in this industry, right? It's going to be much, much easier to send Samantha hyper-personalized marketing communications. But to take it even one step further, we offer you both lists and segmenting capabilities to automate a lot of this for you. So you can build your own list. You could say, I want to put a list of everybody who I met at, this conference. So you can make a title, you can create a list, conference XYZ, and you can add in context that way. But what's even, I think, much more interesting and useful is what we call smart segments. So smart segments, the list automatically updates on its own without you having to do anything. And it's all based upon rules. So let's say you want to keep a list of everybody that lives within or works at a certain company, right? So if their company name contains, ExxonMobil, they're on this list, right? And anybody who is on that list, we'll just say ExxonMobil employees, anybody who's on that list, as long as their company name says it, they'll still be on that list. But if they switch companies and their company name changes, the system automatically takes them off of this list. So you can do this for a ton of different segment rules. Again, keeping your database really, really up to date, right? So you could maybe say if their lead score jumps above an 80, they're going to be put on a campaign that sends out a daily article because they're highly engaged. Or maybe if the address of where they live, as long as it says that they live in New York City, they're going to get on this list. So you can do all different kinds of segmentation, again, for hyper-specific campaigns. Now, in terms of what that initial template looks like that is sent out, what's really cool is we can do this based on both seats and teams. So whether you're a sole proprietor and you just want to automate posting to your own social accounts and sending more personalized content and having more great content to tap into that's ghost written, this is a great solution. But maybe you're an advisory firm, your company is Lighthouse Capital, and you have 20 advisors, and some of them want to use the system to post to their own social media accounts and their own email lists, but you also want the firm to have a brand as well. Each person can have their own landing page and they can be posting to their own social media accounts, but it can all go back to the firm's brand. And that way, John, who's targeting millennials, can be posting different content than Samantha, who's focusing on pre-retirees, but we can all be sharing drafts of the content. So here in the drafts, in the explore section, you can see, how many drafts you have of any one particular piece and how many shares. So teams can work together and collaborate on this content. Now, a few more things about the content itself. There are editorial pieces, which are like blog or article style. There are infographics, which are really great. So these are highly engaging visual pieces of content. Again, you can still edit the intro, the title. You can't edit the infographic itself, but you can edit all the other things around it. And then we also have video, which are really great, quick snippet, like a minute and a half, a minute to 2 minutes, that explain all different types of things. And soon we will have interactive pieces like quizzes coming where someone has to answer 5 questions and then they're given, an output based upon what they say. You can also filter the content both by category or by persona. So maybe you specifically work with business owners and so you want to just pull contents for that, or maybe you just want to look at all the pieces that are specific to retirement. You can also specifically look for a title and it will bring up that one particular title as well. Let me just get rid of this. So if we just want to do something on stock market, we can search stocks and see different, pieces we have on that, or type in different titles. So in terms of the integrations and how you would add in your own contacts, we highly, highly suggest whether you bought a list of leads or you already have a database, you want to always start by importing any of the leads and current clients that you have. Again, this is going to make all of your communication, both from prospects and current clients, much easier. You can either import a CSV file that you have, or under the settings, there's different integrations. So if you are a Redtail customer, you can come in here, connect your Redtail account, and then you have the choice. Do you want all of the new leads that you're getting through Lead Pilot to also be added to your Redtail CRM? You can turn that to yes or no. You can also say whether anytime a new contact is being put in Redtail, it's also going to be pulled into Lead Pilot for you or not. So you can toggle these on and off. This import happens every day, but you can also manually import at any time. So if you're about to send out a new campaign and you just want to make sure it's all up to date, you can do a quick manual import as well. This little button down here connects to our support site, and this button right here connects to Redtail support site. So whether you need help from Redtail getting this set up or our team using the platform, you have support on both ends that will help you with that. Now, in terms of compliance and archiving, everything you do in Lead Pilot is archived in Lead Pilot, and we don't just archive the post or the content itself, but we archive everything. So when we talk about those landing pages, and we're showing the pop-ups and the sidebars, all of that is being archived for you. You can either download it as a PDF or do a quick view that will show you what that archive is, and you'll see it shows you when it was created, when it was shared, where it was shared, the logo that was on there, any of the links, everything that you would need to hand off to compliance for archiving purposes. So that is the nuts and bolts of the platform. I'm going to make sure that we get to questions, and I can see quite a bit coming in. So let me just look at some of those, but I don't know if you had any other things you wanted me to point out, Austin, as well.
Yeah, hi, Samantha. So you mentioned that you're going to be offering a coupon code to new subscribers or people who might be interested in signing up with Lead Pilot. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, thank you. So on the screen there, you can see 2 coupon codes. If you want to get started with Lead Pilot and try it out, we're offering 1 month, your first month free for you to try it out. And we do offer a monthly plan. So you can try it for a whole month and not get charged anything just to test it out. So you can connect your social accounts, you can share the content, you can share emails. It's really a way to test it out and see if it's a good fit for you without, taking any risk. And the code you would use is Redtail monthly for that. If you do want to sign up with our annual plan, it's already a great fit and you've been looking into it and you're ready to get started, you can use the annual plan and use the code Redtail annual, and it will still take 1 month off of your annual fee. And the price breakdown for month to month is $299 a month for the monthly plan, or $249 a month is what it breaks down to for annual. If you try it out for a month and you like it and you want to switch to annual, you can do that, no problem as well. If you are not a 20 over 10 customer, that's fine. This is website agnostic. This platform, you can do an RSS feed of the content into any website platform, or you can use it without a website. So it will play nice with any platform that you are currently using.
Thanks so much for joining us today for this particular session. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call at 800-206-5030, option 3 for support, or just shoot us an email over to support@redtailtechnology.com. Thanks a lot and have a great day.